Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Sawatdee Tong Chow. Another day in Bangkok. Another day in the world. That's it. I don't want to think about Thailand all the time. This is what I mean. There's new things I'm thinking about. And to be honest, Thailand is just like everywhere else now to me. It's just like I was living back in the U.S. What did I do? I didn't even hang on a second. Jesus Christ. 1 second. Forgot to put on my mic. What's going on here? There we go. All right. Now we're set. What was I saying? Yeah, I was thinking about the other day because, I'm walking around, I'm doing whatever I got to do. And I'm thinking, this place is just like me living in America now. The only thing is America is a bit different than here. There's some different food, different policies, different this, different that. But I've been here so long now that it's just like, this is just, I hate to say it's boring because I believe you come up with your own ideas and your own things that you want to do, and you prevent yourself from being bored. But there's some things I just don't like, and it wouldn't matter if I was in America or if I was here. I just don't like them. I just don't want to do them, or I've already done them a million times. That's what we're going to be talking about today. Because to me, this place is, really, it's almost like I live back in the States, or I could live on any other plot of land in the world. And I just listen every once in a while, oh yeah, the government's going to do this, the government's going to do that. Does it affect me? Most of the time, no. So what do I care? I could be on any plot of land in the world where they just kind of leave me alone and I can do whatever I want. Now, for you newbies out there, if there's any newbies out there watching, you may go, oh my God, what is this guy talking about? Thailand is the greatest ever. Oh my God, what a wonderful place it is. I can't believe he's saying that. Listen, I know Thailand's a great place. I've been here a long time. It's a great place. Yes, it is. But, okay, and then what? Oh, there's so much to do. Yeah, okay. And after you do about 100 things, and you go, okay, I'll have to do 101. Yeah, of course. But the bottom line is, every place has its share of good and bad. Some places have a lot more bad than good. Some places have a lot more good than bad. I still believe, aside from the politics and the woke culture that is slowly being repressed, I believe that the United States is a great place. I don't personally want to live there because I haven't lived there in 30 years. So what do I have there? I have nothing. Greetings, greetings, greetings to all. Hello, everybody. Listen, I don't have anything in the States. The only thing I have are my parents and my sister. That's it. And they're the ones who have things. I don't have anything left there. I brought everything over, threw everything out, sold it all. I don't have anything. I'd have to start all over again. Oh, I got myself a little Saint Dirty. I wanted a panna cotta. They don't have any panna cotta today for some reason. Panna cotta with espresso. It's pretty good. But yeah, if you're coming over here, I understand there's things you want to see, you want to do. And, it's like, hey, I got to explore this place. And as I said a couple of days ago, who was it that was saying this? Oh, it was the guy David Cho. He said, you go out and you're exploring things. And after a while, you go, what's left to explore? Where can I go that nobody else has gone? That's new to me. That's exciting to me. And I'm always looking for that. And you guys may not know it. Most of the time, listen, I'm walking around, I get my groceries, I do anything. But in my head, I'm thinking about these things. Island, it's always from one extreme to the other, not something in the middle. Well, it's not really in the middle for me. I mean, listen, there's really there's a few other places I would live in the world, of course, but it would take an effort. It would take me to move. It would take my family to move or my wife to move. It would take an effort. So I don't even really think about that other than, would I do it and when would it be possible? And I just think there's not really that many more places in the world that I look at and go, oh my God, I'd rather live there. That's not that Thailand is the absolute best. It's where I am, and it is one of the best. But then I think to myself, okay, so what can I do? And I sent out a couple of videos yesterday to some of the people. And if you saw those, and if you remember in the beginning what I was like, and in the beginning, I say about 12 years ago when I was talking about, even if I'm making a little shitty little video, but it gets the point across. It shows you what I'm after. That's the whole. That's everything I'm trying to do. So I've been thinking about this quite a bit, and I'm still thinking about it. Do I want to sit in a coffee shop? Do I just want to go from coffee shop to coffee shop to coffee shop? No, I don't. I mean, sometimes it's fun. You go to a coffee shop. It's a great little coffee shop. You go, oh, wow, this place is cool. But it's like going to a temple. How many temples can you go to? And yeah, okay, once in a great while, the temples are different. There's a white temple, a blue temple, you know. Um, but really, most of the temples are alike. You get the David Beckham temple. Well, guess what? The David Beckham temple is not even open most of the time. And even when it is, you have to really look to see, oh, there's something about David Beckham. Oh, there's something about Minnie Mouse or whatever it is. Yeah, you have to really look. Now, you can go to the Grand Palace, you can go to the Emerald Buddha, you can go to Wat Tri Mit, you can go to, what is it? What is it? What's the name of that place with near Chinatown? Ban Rak Thai? No. I can't remember what the name of it is. They make all the Monk Bowl Village. Hang on a second. I always like to remember this stuff. Ban Bat. Ban Bat is the Monk Bowl Village. I've been there like 3 times. Now, I went there once with Billy and my family. I went there twice by myself. Good morning, good morning. Good morning, everybody. More hair and beard. I don't really know what that means. More hair and beard. First of all, the hair on my head, it's going away. Thank you very much there, man. Thank you. Appreciate that. Good start to the day. Thank you. Choke knee to you. I appreciate that. Yeah, when it comes to the hair on my head, it's like I used to have a lot of hair. Then it started going back, and I thought, oh, it's my motorcycle helmet pushing my hairline back. Next thing I know, I go, I'm going bald. Now I am bald. And so I have the little cutter. I think I told you guys about this thing probably 20 times. It's a little cutter. You get it right off of like Shopee or something like that. Cost me $10. It's a fantastic cutter. You just run it over your head. Boom, your hair is done. Now, if I really want, I'll get a razor blade and I'll shave my head. Because I have very little hair. Now, I have a lot of hair on my chest. You know, if I want, I can grow a full beard, but I don't want that. So, anyway, that'll make it more exciting. Everything's more exciting. Listen, when I go on a trip, especially if I'm alone. If I go on a trip somewhere and I go, hey, you know what? I don't have to shave. I don't care what anybody thinks about me. And then I just grow a beard for as long as I need to. That's great. So, I've been thinking about this and I thought, listen, I got the rest of the year, but I want to do less streams. Sorry. I want to do less streams and more videos. There's a couple of reasons for that. Every once in a while, I think I come out with a halfway decent video. And most of the time, I'm very critical, and I don't think the stuff is all that good. But whatever, it is what it is. So I'm looking at the rest of this year just to close out with streams and a couple more videos. I got a video going up tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock, and it's about the place I was talking about, Kaohsiung. It's not only about Kaohsiung. It's about the rain and shoveling and doing work in the rain and then going to a market, and then what else was there? Well, there's Kaohsiung, and then there's some drone footage and all this other stuff. So it's not just Kaohsiung. If you look up Kaohsiung, it's a good place to go, and if you want to hike there, you can go hike there. So I figured I'll put the video up. Then I'm like, okay, so where else am I going to go? Where am I going to be? And here's the thing. I know you guys want to be happy. Oh, thank you. I got one on my goal there. Thank you, Gills. Appreciate that. I got 1 out of 5. I don't know what I was going to say, but I'll remember in a second. That place that we went is, it's you're only going to be there for a little while. Then you got to go hiking. You got to go, walking around and stuff like that. If I go by myself, I can go pretty much anywhere. If I go with my wife, she used to be really strong. Now she's getting older, but she can go too. I don't have to be this, I don't have to be this guy who's gonna, I don't know, who's gonna do everything and anything. I don't have to do that. I just want to do something fun. And this is the thing. If I'm doing something fun, hopefully it will translate into a video. If I'm having a shitty time, then it's going to translate into the video. And sometimes I think, oh, do I want to go streaming? Okay, where am I going to go stream? Oh, I'm going to go down by the Chao Phraya. Man, I have been by the Chao Phraya. I've been to just about every single exit. I've been to just about every place on the Chao Phraya. I've been to Wat Arun. I've been to Nonthaburi. I've been here. I've been there. It's like you got a 10-year series, and you're like, okay, so now what? I'm Anthony Bourdain. I'm going all over the world. I got to do something. And then I'm like, Jesus Christ, I've been doing 10 years. What else am I supposed to do? So I have to find some new things to do. And I got a couple of things in mind, and I have something old to do, which I've been talking about. And one of the things, and I just have to backtrack a little bit, is I want to find out, how did I walk across the country before? Because that was almost 10 years ago. And I walked across Thailand. Now I know how I can do it now, but it's not to the same place. So I have to figure it all out. There's something like that. That's just really easy. You walk for, half the day, boom, you're done. But not many people do it. Let's see here. I'm not going to really do a whole lot today. I'm not going to really talk a whole lot about what am I going to do. But, I've been thinking about this whole rebrand my channel. I don't really want it to be just about Thailand. I really don't. I mean, I view myself as fairly knowledgeable about Thailand, but I view myself as fairly knowledgeable about many other places in Southeast Asia and a few places around the world. So I keep trying to think, what can I do? So that's what I'm coming up with. Um, and if I want to do something about adventure, I can't listen. I can't go out every single day and go out and have another adventure. There's just not enough adventures in the world to do 30 in a month, unless they're little bullshit adventures. It's not really what I want to do. Um, some Thailand, some Cambodia, some Myanmar, some a little bit of everything. I think would be good. And if anybody needs help with Thailand, I can still help them. But the thing is I don't get a whole lot of information. I get some from Sam. Sam was on here the other day, and I get information from him. But I got a lot of other people. I go, can you you got any ideas? Give me some ideas. Maybe you give me 10 ideas. Maybe one of them stands out, and I go, okay, yeah, that sounds pretty good. Or maybe I can do something similar to that. But I don't really get a whole lot of ideas from you guys. You guys are not exactly forthcoming with loads of information. And I know it's not easy. But you're the ones you get to watch. I don't think you only want to watch me sitting in a coffee shop most of the time. Every once in a while I get a message, oh, it was good to see you go out, dude. Well, I go out all the time. I just don't shoot it. I just don't shoot video of it. Thank you. I'm not blaming you. You've been on this channel for what, a year or something like that? I don't know. I've been doing this for almost 12 years. Please. Well, there you go. That's exactly what I'm talking about, Gills. I know that those kind of videos, I know you are, Robert, those kind of videos are the ones that tend to do the best. And guess what? If I'm sitting here in a coffee shop, I have no interaction. And if I'm doing a live stream where I walk around for 4 hours, yeah, I'll have some interaction. But you know what? Jesus Christ, it's a pain in the ass. I'd rather pick out where I'm going, pick and choose where I want to go. It can be Thai people. It can be in southern Thailand. Remember when I went to Chumbon? Did anybody remember that when I went to Chumbon? And it was during COVID. And I was pretty much by myself. But there were a few people that I interacted with that I thought, man, you know what? I'm having such a good time. I had such a good time there. The only thing I didn't like was the sand fleas on the beach. I didn't really like that. Who does? You say you feel bad for me. And you know what? I've been doing these walks. Ever since I streamed, I've been doing 4 or 5 hour walks, days long walks. And I don't want to do that. But what I want to do is pick and choose. What do I want to do? If I want to walk something, then I don't want to do it in a stream. Because the stream is always running, and it's great. You don't have to edit anything. That's fantastic. I understand. You're just walking along, holding up the gimbal. Hey, guys, how you doing? Oh, hey, there's, Samsak over there. He wants me to, to buy this thing over there. Whatever it is. But it'd be a hell of a lot better if I picked and choose where I wanted to film, and then when I'm done, I get it done. Boom, and that day I finish it up, or the next day I finish it up, and I send it over to YouTube, and it gets uploaded, and boom, it's done. I got so much drone footage, honestly. I have so much drone footage from the south and from here in Bangkok and from many other places. And I'm going, how am I ever going to use all of this drone footage? I can't. There's no way. And some of the footage is quite good. I mean, not all of it, you know. The other day, I was talking to some guy that had been to China, and the way he looked at it was whores and traffic lights. Well, listen, I understand that some guys will think whores and traffic lights. First of all, I'm a little older. I'm not in my 20s or 30s or 40s where I'm like screwing everything that moves. I got a wife. We've been together for 25 friggin' years or 26 years. I don't know. What is it? 25. I don't need to go and do that. If I want, to get a little something, I just go home. So I don't even think about it. I don't worry about it. I see good looking girls all over the place. I go, okay. But I'm 60 something. The average good looking girl who's 20, 25 years old, maybe 30 years old, she's a great looking girl. You're like, damn, that girl looks good. She don't want you in that way. She's not looking at you going, oh yeah, got to get me some of that. He's a good looking guy. Well, first of all, I'm not that good looking. I don't have that much hair anymore. I'm older. So I don't even think about it. If it ever happened where some chick came up and said something, I'd be like, yeah, it's great, but I'm married, honey. So none of that shit really matters to me. And you got some guy like that. To me, that guy is like closed-minded. He doesn't want to think about anything else. Listen, it's great. You go and do everything you want to do. Maybe you go and do it with someone you really like. Sometimes I go with my wife. Sometimes I don't. But then, if she doesn't go with you, at the end of the night, you tell her, hey, you want to come over, honey? Yeah, okay. We'll have some dinner. We'll have some dinner. You have some dinner with her. You go back to the room. You knock it out. You feel better. She feels better. Everybody feels better. And you know what? Hey, honey, I got to go sleep. I'm going to go to bed. If you think about it, knock it out. Get it done. You take an hour, 2 hours, you have your fun, and you go, okay, we're done. Now I got other shit to do. That's the point. It's not just, oh, I'm going to Thailand. It's going to be women and, traffic lights and traffic. That's kind of ridiculous. So for me, I get what I need. I'm taken care of. I don't worry about it. So that's on the back burner, man. I don't even think about that stuff because I'm just in the house. Next thing you know, it's given to me. I don't have to worry about it. But if you're out and you want to do things, you guys don't know. Thank you. You guys don't know, I mean, like, listen, I was going to buy a freaking kayak before and kayak down the Chao Phraya. I just want something to do. And then I started figuring all these things out. I'm like, Jesus Christ, you can't even go down the freaking Chao Phraya. They got it all, they got it all cordoned off. They've got it all blocked off in certain places. And I'm like, okay, so what can I do? I went rafting up in the mountains in Chiang Mai. And the guy told me, he goes, listen, it's good you did this. This is a couple of miles. He goes, but if you try to do 40 or 50 miles, there's places where the elephants don't cross because the water is too strong. You wouldn't make it. And I'm like, listen, I'm in my 60s, or I was close to my 60s. I don't have to do that. It depends, Robert. It really depends. You can get one for $100 if you want. It's a piece of shit. Or you can pay, $1,500 for one. So for me, starting out, I can always just go walk across the country. Okay, so that takes me a day. That's a little start. Then it's okay, I got to do this and I got to do that. Of course it is. Well, I mean, why would it be any different? They're not, it's not like you're going to get some, oh my God, it's so cheap here. You get cheap, it's going to be a piece of shit. That's how it works. It's not like you go, oh, this is Thailand, everything's cheaper here. No, it's not. Wake up. People got to wake up. Everything is not cheaper here. Maybe overall the cost is a bit lower, but you want to buy something, it's going to be more expensive. Jesus Christ, I go to get some fucking celery the other day. Celery $6. I'm like, $6 for celery? I had to go and get a little one. It was like a little celery that was like not the. It was from some other. It was like the cheapest celery you could find, and it was like 120 baht. Which is like what, $3-4. And not only that, I hate to say this. Who the hell wants to just be in Bangkok every minute of every day? Listen, my wife said something to me. She goes, you got this all set up, what you're doing. Are you sure you have it set up how you want? I said, well, not really, but I can tell you what. I'm not going to work every day. I never have. I'm not going to work every day sitting behind a desk until I'm 65 years old going, wow, well, when I hit 65, now I'll really live my life. No, I've been living my life since I was 30 years old. I did it even before then, but I'm talking about, I lived my life in Thailand from the time I was, about 30 is when I was traveling, but say 32. I just said, I gotta travel around. I gotta do some stuff. Then I just think about it. And the last couple of years, I think with the COVID and everything starting to come back slowly but surely, and I'm like, what's going on? What am I doing? I'm not dead yet. I'm not that old. I was like, I gotta do something. I gotta figure out something to do. I mean, some of I did and I always bring this up, the Wat Phu Tok in Bangkok. That's why I like Bangkok. Bangkok's got a couple of really cool things to do, but the Wat Phu Tok was really cool. And it wasn't something that there was a high chance of me dying, but it was a bit risky. And, when I went to Hong Kong, it was risky. I got shot. I did get shot with tear gas a couple of times. There's all these things. And I'm like, listen, I don't have to do the riskiest thing, but I'm over 60. And even ChatGPT told me, you're over 60. Why don't you do things that people go, wow, you're over 60 and you're doing this? And I'm like, that's it. Why can't I do that? And the truth of the matter is, I can't. I saw this guy. His name is, what is it? Fred what? Hang on a second. Fred Becky. Dirtbag. The legend of Fred Becky. Fred Becky lived to be 94 years old. He lived to be 94. You know what he did all his life? He climbed. He had sponsors that give him money to climb. He did all kinds of things like this. He was climbing up until he was 94 years old. He climbed mountains. And I'm like, here I am, I'm 62 going, oh, I guess I got to pack it in now. I'm all done. We're not done. I know a lot of people who watch this channel are over 60, or at least over 50. You ain't done. Get your ass in the gym. Let's go. That's what I'm thinking of. We got to get to the gym. Maybe some of you will get motivated. I don't know. We got to go to the gym. I got to figure out things to do. I got to plan it out. I got to have the money, which, that's good. You always got to have the money. And hopefully you make a little bit of money back so you're not blowing all your money and then you go, oh, I got no money now. You get some of it back somehow. And I love kayaking. I just don't think that kayaking is always the greatest thing to do. If I decided to go kayaking in Africa, wherever it may be, let's say on the Kadoga River, that's where the guy got eaten by the crocodile. You think I want to go on a kayak in the middle of a river in Africa somewhere? No, I don't. I don't want to get eaten. If you told me that there was shark feeding going on off the coast of Thailand in this one spot, and you told me that's where you're going to go kayaking, I'd be like, no, I'm not going to go kayaking there. So there are other things to do. Now, kayaking, listen, I've had a good time kayaking. I've been a few times. I went with my wife. I went with my wife and kids. I went alone. I went with a group in Chiang Mai. And, the only thing is that I have to make sure of my safety. Like, if I crash, I'm not going to die. If I capsize, can I turn back over? These are the only things I worry about. I don't really worry about anything else. So, I'm always talking about, oh, well, Thailand's this, and this is ranked #1, and this is, listen, all that doesn't matter right now. Honestly, it doesn't matter. If you want to do it if you're 65 years old and you're sitting around in your house and you want to go kayaking, you want to go for a long walk, maybe a 3-day walk, then go do it. Because I'm thinking about me and I'm like going, listen, I used to do this shit all the time. For the last year, I haven't done, I've done a few things, but how long ago was it? About a year. When we went to Ecuador and we went to, we went a lot of places. Now, to me, that's not really an adventure, but some of the things we did on the trips were adventurous. But I'm just like, I don't have to stop. Well, it's good. How short was it on the Zambezi? Depends on where you go, what you're, where you are, what you're doing, how prevalent the animals are there. It was a group tour. Okay. That doesn't really matter. If you wanted, you could go down the Congo River on a big boat. You'd pay $10,000-$15,000. You'd go on it for 3-4 weeks, and you wouldn't have any problems. Although, you're not going to be living in the laps of luxury. You wouldn't have that many problems. So for me, what I think now is I need to do some things that I haven't done before. And I got a couple of things in mind, but it could be that I go somewhere in Myanmar. It could be I go somewhere in Cambodia. It's not, I want to go to Bali, and I'm going to go with this group of people. We're all going to go, and we're going to go see the sunrise. What the heck kind of kayaking you doing? There is no flipping. You will just swim out of it, then flip it back over. over. Stuff only works with white water. All I'm talking about is I didn't go kayaking in little tame streams. We went in a freaking river, man. It was like a class 3. You get flipped over and you're still in it. You got to flip yourself back over. That's what I'm talking about. And I think to myself, am I really good enough? I don't know. Yeah, I mean, dude, I have to say this again. I've said a lot of things over the years when I'm streaming. I've said I'll beat somebody up. I've said I'll go and do this if somebody, challenges me to it. If they pay me or something like that, I'll go and do that. I'll go and do this. I've done this. I've done that. And then when Hong Kong came and I went, you know what? This is probably the one last time that I can get some work as a photographer because I did it before and I always made money. But the industry has changed. And so I said, this is probably the last time I'm going to be able to make any money, and where I'm ever going to do anything with it, I got to go. And sure enough, I got a place picked me up. They said, okay, you work for us. This is how you send everything to us. This is how everything gets to us. Uh, what am I thinking of? The workflow. I said, okay. The very first day I got there, they were shooting, what do you call them? They were shooting rubber bullets and they were shooting tear gas in little pellets. And it's all going around me. And that's the first day I was there. I didn't even have a mask yet. I was like, Jesus Christ. And some people were laughing. The next day I got a mask. I got all settled, started working into it. And then before you know it, I'm getting shot at. I'm getting shot with tear gas. All these things are happening. And people said to me, I didn't know you would actually go there and do that. I didn't know you had the balls to do that, dude. And I was like, oh, God, whatever. To me, it wasn't about balls. It was just about doing something that I wanted to do. It was something I felt the need to do. But then when people said to me, oh, I thought you were just a shit talker. No, I'm not a shit talker. Remember that. Just burned me up when I heard that. I was like, are you kidding me? Anyway. Listen, look where Hong Kong got us now. I won't go back there. Although I did go back on my trip from America and Ecuador. We had to stop there real quick, and I didn't really want to, but we did. It was just actually it was like we got off the plane and they said, listen, we're going to bring you to the other plane. And so that's what happened. We didn't even have a chance to sit down. We didn't do anything. They just brought us through. We had to go through immigration. Then we're right on the plane. We were the last ones on the plane. And that was the last time I've ever been there. And I'm not going back. I'm not going to China. So that's the end of that. No China. No Hong Kong. And then I'm like, okay. You know what was really cool and what probably would be even cooler is Russia. I've been there twice. And I'm like, now that was an adventure. But it's a big deal to go there. It's a big expense. There's all this stuff going on right now. And I'm like, okay, so that rules that out. I don't feel like going to the Ukraine, right? So, okay, so there's got to be other things to do. Just not, I'm going to go to the what is it? Whatsaget. How many times I've been there? At the end of the canal, you walk about 10 minutes. Boom, there's the watch again. You got to go walk all the way up. It's very nice, but it's not really an adventure. It's a little 2-minute hike up the 5-minute hike. Then you're done. And you just sit there and have a coffee and look around. Oh, wow, that's such a beautiful view. You know, I know I know the way that I think and way that I talk, I leave very little open um, for what I really want because I know what I don't want. But that's how I end up finding things. You guys don't even, I don't think any of you remember this. Maybe Billy remembers, maybe Jono remembers, I don't know. But God, probably 10 years ago, I was like, I got to go to northern Myanmar. And people were like, no, no, no. I said, yes, yes, yes. And I talked to people on Twitter, Burmese people that helped me. And then I paid for all the tickets. I went to Yangon, flew up to Sitwe, 9:44. Flew up to Sitwe. And then from Sitwe, I had to take a boat. I think it was up the river to get to Miak. And this is a place where there was nobody there who was like, oh, hey, let me help you out and get you onto Facebook today. Oh, you need to get onto Twitter. It was not like that. You're there. They don't even have any automobiles. You're on a motorcycle or you're on a tractor. Thank you, Michael. And then everywhere that I had to go, I had to take a tuk-tuk. I had to take a motorbike or I had to walk. And I walked for miles and miles and miles. And none of you probably remember that. That's the kind of stuff I'm talking about. That's fun. That was an adventure, man. That was a real adventure. You know, sometimes the memories go on. And, you know, I think, oh, could I go back there? Now you can't go back now. You can't go there now. They won't let you. They don't want people traveling around the country because they have too many issues with other factions in the country. So I can't go back there. I'm like, all right. I used to tell Billy, now did I have this? Let me see something here. I'll give you guys the link. I think some of you maybe you just don't really know exactly what I'm talking about. All right, it's coming up right now. Hey, do me a favor. Leave me a thumbs up, please. Leave me a thumbs up. Subscribe if you have not subscribed already. Hit the notification bell. And then look down in the description. There's all kinds of ways you can get a hold of me. If you're on a TV and you can't see it, well, then, I don't know, somehow get to the description, look down below. There's all kinds of stuff down there. All right, let me see here. Where did I send this? Let me see here. Okay. No, it did not go through there. Here it is. All right, I'm going to send you this this link here. You want to talk about an adventure? I think this is it. Okay, here we go. Let me see here. That's it. It's about 27 minutes, 28 minutes long. And what that that is you have some of the best climbers in the world. Now, they're not the best travelers, which I quickly found out by watching this, but they are the best climbers. And the idea was to get them to the uh, to the highest peak in Southeast Asia, and they thought it was in Myanmar, and because it's between Myanmar and I can't remember the other place. And so what they had to do was they had to march out to this place. It was like a 25-day trip where they had porters, they were carrying food, they were stepping on bamboo and getting holes in their feet, they were slicing their feet open, they were doing all kinds of stuff. And these people knew what they were doing. I didn't want to go to the mountain and climb the mountain. I'm not a mountain climber. I never will be. I don't believe my body belongs up like a monkey or I'm climbing up on stuff. That's just not me. But they had a bridge there. And my thing, I was telling Billy before, this is years ago, Billy, let's go there. Let's go. Let's go get to that bridge. And let's climb that bridge. Go over the bridge. Let's do it. It's just going to be an adventure to get there. And we started figuring it out. First of all, the permits was a pain in the ass because they had to get permits. They were there for like 2 months, 2.5 months. And then it was, it was like you got to pay. And it was like with the porters and stuff. I mean, we'd be lucky if we got out of there for 20 grand. So that's why we didn't do it. It's too much money. But there you go. There's a link right there. If you hit that link, there's something that to me, that's an adventure. An adventure is walking through a place in Africa, in one of the countries in Africa, where they have lions and rhinos and hippos and crocs, and you're walking through their territory. It's a walking tour. It's not you're in a car. That's an adventure. Anyway, what can I say? So I'm still looking for a few things here in Thailand. I've come up with a couple of things. But I really I wanna nail it down a little bit to where I don't have to, to where it's doable. And that's what I want to do. Like once a month, once every couple of weeks, I want to go somewhere. I want to do it. Whether it takes a day or whether it takes a week, that's kind of what I want to do. I can tell my wife, honey, I'm going to be gone for 5 days. Okay. I'll see you when I get back. Any questions? Jesus Christ. I start talking about this stuff and it's like nobody wants to talk. All the mouths, they shut. What are you talking about, Scott? You got to sit there and have a coffee every day. Every couple of days, you got to come to us from the coffee shop. You got to walk around a little bit. It ain't going to happen, man. And I know that some of my longtime people, the people who have followed me on the stream for like years. I'm not talking about a year or two. I'm talking about for years, 5 years, 10 years. They know exactly what I'm talking about, and they know I've done some things like this. Now, whether or not I'll still do them, that's a different story, but I'll try. Anyway, Anybody got anything else to say? So I should have something for next month. This is what, the 21st, 22nd? 22nd. It's the 22nd. I'm going to take it easy for a couple of days and just do my research. I'm going to find something to go do in December. Then we're going to have Christmas, which is not that big of a holiday here, but we'll have it. And then in January, I'll figure out something to do. I don't know if it's in Thailand, outside of Thailand. I have no idea right now. I'm still looking into it. But I will do something like that. Because I don't want to be the guy who only talks from the coffee shop. That's not what I want. And I've been doing this for a while now, in the coffee shop for a little while. I used to go from coffee shop to coffee shop. Then I just settled here. Okay. But before that, I did many other things. So, there you go. I don't know what else to say. Come in, say hello. Say something. I don't think it's going to be for a while. Yeah, they were supposed to have it done by 2023. It's always this project. It's always, you know, yeah, Rayong to Bangkok bullet train project still on hold. It's on hold. And this is March 14th, 2023. Now they say you got to wait until after the election. Hang on a second. Good news on Eastern Corridor high-speed railway. All right, so maybe this will tell me something. The Prime Minister is vowing to push for a high-speed railway project linking three main airports. They haven't done anything. Aiming to link. He never did anything. This is Sreta. He didn't do a damn thing. This very important project has been seriously delayed, and he paid a visit to speed things up, but it didn't do anything. That's a damn shame. Yeah, that's a bit of a shame. Food stall owners, etc. Maybe interview locals. Hey, I'm. You know what? I think more. If I'm traveling somewhere, if I'm going from, let's say I decided to go up to a place in Chiang Rai, and I was in the mountains, and I'm on a motorcycle, and I went to a shop, and there is a lady, and she can barely speak English. She's very nice. And we start talking with each other. Boom, there's my interview. I just don't like doing the thing where you set things up ahead of time. It's like, hey, Joe, how you doing today? Oh, I'm doing great. Listen, let's talk about your puppy dog store or whatever it is. See, Gills, I hate to tell you this, but like interviewing food stall owners is not exciting to me. Meeting them along the way when I don't know them. I don't know if you ever remember, but I was streaming once in the park, Bunkan Park. and I ran into this kid. He was a Burmese kid, and he was training in Muay Thai and fighting because he needed the money. And I was talking to him for like 15 minutes, and he just wanted to talk because he hadn't really talked to anybody other than a couple of his friends. He hadn't talked to anybody like me, you know. Good morning, Dowlow. I've heard no sooner than 2028. I'll be honest, I don't really care about that. What I care about is the SkyTrain and subway on Ramkhamhaeng Road. They got the contract set up a couple of months ago, and they're supposed to at least start it in April of next year. I don't know that I believe that, but we'll see. Dallo, how you doing? The good old days of Coconut Girl. Honestly, dude, she was never that special to me. Maybe Monash liked her, but, you know, did you ever see the pork stall girl? You haven't seen my Burmese fruit girl now. She's a sweetheart. She's always nice to me, really nice to me. Um, yeah, you know, they come and go. Those people come and go. I know Dallo's been around. I've done some streams, and He's seen me communicating with people and having conversations and things like that. Um, you know, somebody like a Coconut Girl, like honestly, they probably got so many guys just talking to them, going, "Hey, you're cute, honey. You're cute." I just don't. I'm not into that. You know. Well, that's good to know. Mama's got you squared away there. So anyway, you know, what I was saying earlier, Dallo, is that I am um, I am just a little bit. I'm a little bit on the board side, and you know, while yes, some of it is has to do with me, and you know, I just gotta go out there and stave off the boredom myself. Um, some of it just comes from, you know, like what I was talking about the other day, where David Cho said, I look to go do things, and then everywhere I look, those things have been done already. Somebody's already gone there. That's why he went to the Congo. He went to the Congo. He was nuts. He went to the Congo with like no money. He went with no money, and he had a ticket to go there and a ticket to come back. And somehow he made it. You know, he had like $60 or something. That was it. And then he went 10 years later. But that's what he says. And, you know, I've said this for a long time. You know, I mean, after a while, where are you going to, how many times you need to go to Kanchanaburi? I mean, you can go to a lot of places. You can go to the waterfalls, you know, you can go to the Death Railway, you can go, but what happens when you've been to all of them many times over? Thank you very much, Mr. Dallo. You're a gentleman. Appreciate it. I've made $5 today. Well, $4.83 for Thailand and for Thailand and so you know, that's the whole thing. I've gone over it, 100 times already. And the thing is you look at some of the guys on the internet. Now there's some guys they're far bigger than me, and they're very good YouTubers, and they deal with Thailand. Okay. And some of them are not better than me, but yet they have more subscribers. Okay, I understand. Let's say that that's a dozen. But the rest of the people, they're like, oh, I got my apartment. Woo! Look at this. For only $750 a month, I got this great apartment. And I'm going, $750 a month? I'd be living in a freaking mansion for $750 a month. And maybe they haven't gone to some of the places, so I understand it. They're in a different place, and that's why when it comes down to it, the channel is for other people to gain experience and to live vicariously through me and to see things and hear things that they might not hear somewhere else. But the bottom line is it's my channel, and it's for me to have a good time. If I'm not having a good time, I'm going to hate what I do. You know, I'm not going to be like, oh, well, let's go down to Talat what is it? Talat Nam Kwan Riam, right down the street here. Let's go there again. I've been there like 5 times, and it only takes about 20 minutes to go through the whole place. But let's go there again. No, I don't want to go there again. That's exactly what I mean. How many times I got to go to the Grand Palace? So, not trying to be negative, but the bottom line is less streams, more video. Well, less streams, a little bit more videos. And I want to really pick and choose stuff that I think is high quality. And I don't mean some of the shit that I've turned out before. I've had a few high quality videos, but I've done like over 1,000, and I'd say I probably got maybe 20 videos that are high quality out of all those videos and all those streams. Maybe I got 20 or 30 that are high quality that I look at and go, wow, I'm really proud of those. Not that many, to be honest. Some I just go, it was okay. And that's for me, if my kids say to me, that video was okay, I know it's okay. Because they'll tell me, this video is shit. That's boring. They'll tell me that. Well, let me just put it this way, Dallo. If I did the walk and talks, first of all, tell me what I'm getting out of them besides a little bit of exercise. Really. What am I getting out of it? I mean, I can always get some exercise, but I don't, And, if I'm going to walk around in this area, I've already walked around in this area a million times over. I go down 101. I go down 105. I go down 111. I go by Arbac University. I go down Ramkamang Road. It's boring. Where's the excitement? How many times would you walk down the street until you went, Jesus Christ, I've already walked down the street 20 times. What do I got to walk down it again for? So you have to find somewhere different. That's my job. And I can find different places. Some of them might be hidden. Somebody may not know about some of them. I have found a few gems in my time over the last, over the last, 30 years. I've found a few gems here and there. And I think it's important. The problem is, if you try to find a gem all the time, it's not going to happen. Now, if I try to find a gem to shoot a video about, and I just focus on that one thing, that's a little easier. It's a little easier to do. So anyway, do me a favor, as I'm griping and groaning and telling you about the places that don't work, and I need to figure out the places that do work. Smash the like button, the thumbs up button. You know, it's really, it shocks me when I do a stream and I get 100 people watching, or I get 80 people watching, and then the very 2 days later I get a stream and I got 25 people watching. I don't understand it. I'd give you ideas, but then you would yell at me. Well, I might yell at you, but I don't know. Go ahead. Tell me your ideas. Listen, man, I'm game for anything. I know my ideas. Can we see that Burmese fruit stall girl? Oh, Jesus Christ. Wow, it's so exciting. If I wanted excitement with her, you would not be involved, believe me. Oh, my God. She was trying to, I asked her for some help in going to Myanmar. This is a couple of weeks ago. Um, but because of the way things are right now and the way their situation is with the government's not even letting trains go. I don't know if they are now, but a couple of weeks ago, they weren't even letting the trains go by. They were not allowing trains to go from province to province. Just crazy. You know, and I took a 30-hour train or whatever from Mandalay down to Yangon, down to Yei, and I mean, it was fantastic. Now that was a journey. Go ahead, Robert. I'm waiting, patiently waiting, comfortably numb. I'm looking at. I look here. I look over, and they've got chocolate rocher croissant. I can't have it. They have strawberry rocher croissant. Can't have it. I can't have any of this shit over here. I woke up this morning and I'm like, man, I'm hungry. Can't have any of it. You could show local rentals. People love that. Oh, God. Yeah, my buddy tells me that all the time. The poor Aussie girl passed away in a Bangkok hospital. Oh, the one from the methanol? That's horrible, man. And Vang Vieng is known as a place where people party and they party to excess. It doesn't surprise me that something like that happens. I don't care what they're saying or they're not involved. I don't care about any of that. I think they have something to do with it. It's partially their fault. You know, doesn't make sense to go out and, um, have a drink and then boom, you're dead. You drink a little too much, you're like, oh, I'm a little shit faced. Next thing you know, you're gone, man. It's just, it's too much. Yeah, I mean, you know what? My buddy from Ecuador constantly tells me, oh, all you do is go from place to place and show people and rent out, get the rentals for them and show them the prices. And I go, dude, that is so boring. To me, it's boring. How can the booze sellers use methanol knowing it kills people? Well, they don't know that what they put in is going to kill them. They know that if they use too much of it, it will kill them. And then they think they put in a little bit, and then before you know it, it's too late. That was in Vang Vieng in Laos. So, that's why if you're going to do something like that, you better know your seller. You better know what's going on there. Especially in Vang Vieng, man. That is like the worst place. I mean, they used to have opium shacks and mushroom shacks and all kinds of shacks there where, all you do is get fucked up there. That was it. And to be honest, and I talked about this before, um, this is a number of years ago, probably 10, 12 years ago. Um, I don't know, maybe, but it happens a lot more in Vang Vieng. But yeah. Anyway, an adventure is like, hey, I've got a sea-doo. Well, thank you very much there, Dowlo. Let's see here. Can I do this? An adventure is having a sea-doo and then I'm going all the way down the river and I'm going to go as far as I can go. It's going to be 300 miles on this sea-doo. That's an adventure. Even the governments now, in some ways, some of the governments try to prohibit you from doing things because they want to fuck things up too much so that they can do whatever they want there and they can stop, like on the Mekong, they can stop the river. They've got in numerous places that place is dammed off. So, there's things to do, though. Just, I don't mean to put it down, but it's what people want, though. They want videos. I don't care about that. Honestly, I don't. It's what people want, though. They want videos that will help them out and put drive behind them to leave here and get there. I don't hardly see any rental videos from the outer edges of the suburbs of Bangkok. Yeah, well, you say that. You're one guy. And you say other people want that. But see, that's not what I want. And as much as I want to help people, I don't want to do things I don't want to do. I don't have, think about something. I'm 62. I don't know how much time I have. I could have a year or I could have 20 years, 30 years. I don't know. But I'll be damned if I'm going to go and film stuff that I don't want to film, which is why I'm here now, honestly, because I would rather do 1 or 2 videos a month and I don't make that much money. But I have a great time and people like the videos. Than to do something I don't like and start making a bundle of money. It doesn't usually work that way. So that's why I'm like, I don't really care. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care what anybody thinks. I just care about what's going to make me happy, that's going to translate through the screen. All right, now let me show you those. Do I like doing these streams? Yeah, I mean, I do, but like sometimes I think it's a bit much. Hang on a second. Let me just show you this. You paid for them, Dow, but I'm not getting one because I don't want to get the. There you go. Look at that. Oh, it's strawberry ribbon croissant, matcha ribbon croissant, chocolate rocher croissant. Look at that chocolate rocher. Oh, yeah, that looks good. Looks really good. All right, let me just put it right back here. All righty. I tell you what, Gills, if I did one stream a week and I talked about, hey, I'm going on this adventure now, or I just finished this adventure, and you know, like let's say that I just walked across the country. Okay, maybe there's a stream on a Sunday before I go walk on the. Hey guys, I'm getting ready to leave. Should be fun. We talk about it a little bit, then we talk about whatever else. Boom, I'm done. Right? I go on the walk. Maybe that's on a Wednesday. I'm back on Friday morning. Then on Sunday, I'm not getting the chocolate croissant. I'm sorry. I cannot eat that. Scotty's on a diet, a big diet. And then on the Sunday when I come back, we talk about how what happened on the trip. What did I do? What was it like? Was it fun? You know, whatever, something like that. That's fine. And maybe once in a while I go, oh, I got something I want to stream about. Okay, fine. But you're like, you know, what you say, you're my age. I think we need to do what makes us feel good. There you go, right there. I think some people don't really get that straight away. Robert. I mean, I understand. You got, you know, even my buddy, he's like, oh, dude, you got to do this. You got to do that. And I'm like, oh, God, you're doing my head in. You're doing my head in. You know, think about something. I have a good time here in Thailand. The only one who ever gives me any shit in Thailand, I mean, my kids will mess with me a little bit. My wife, she may give me a hard time sometimes. Sometimes she's joking around, sometimes she's not. Maybe I get a little guff from two quarters Korean and Jono a little bit, but not much. Nobody else gives me a hard time. I don't have any problems with anybody. I don't get a hard time from anybody. So why would I go and do something I don't like? You know, well, that's what I used to do, Robert. That's what the channel was about at the very beginning. It was the life and times of an American in Bangkok. That is what it was. And then for some reason, the whole chowderhead and I got a letter, and all of a sudden they started taking over. And I was like, oh, well, I guess I got to do them because, you know, these are the most popular ones. And I did them. And then after a while, I just go, oh, God. Wouldn't you get tired of talking to some dumb shit all day long who all he can do is go, but I give her 100,000 a month. How come she doesn't like me? There's this. I remember. Where is it? I remember your video about 10 favorite things in Thailand. It was interesting. My friend 63, and he enjoys watching an American in Bangkok smoking weed and having massages. Hey, tell your friend. Good to have him. Listen, I was looking at some of the analytics the last 2 days. Now there are 10% women that watch my channel. Now, sorry, boys. The idea is to get it to be about 50-50. Whoever spends the money. Whoever enjoys it the most. That's the idea. So to me, I went from 1% to 10%. Something maybe is going the right direction. I don't know. But there's a lot of little things that I can look at. I mean, really, basically I'm just talking. That's what I'm doing. I'm talking, and hopefully I'll think of a few things that I can plan out something for a whole year. That's what I'd like to do. I'd like to go, okay, this month I'm going to do this. Next month I'm going to do that. The month after that I'm going to do that. Maybe I get 2 videos. Maybe I get 4 videos. That's all I do. And I stream maybe once a week, maybe twice a week. It depends. We'll see through the end of the year. We'll see how it goes. You got a lot of friends, Dowlo, that are right around your age, aren't you? They're all about 63 or so. And it's like, I'm sure some of you know who Stickman is. Stickman Bangkok. Now I don't know if he's back and he's part of his website now, or I don't know. I don't read him. But I did in the very beginning. I've been here longer than he has, but I was just still like, oh, it's interesting. Okay, I'll read it. So I used to read it. And then I don't remember who it was. He came, I get from the life of me, I cannot remember who it is. They came to me, a guy came to me and said, listen, he wants to sell out. My God, I did that for Alex. That was my first or second take. I'd never practiced that song in my life. I don't know what they're pounding on over there. What the hell was I saying? God damn it! What was before that? All this pounding in my head is making things hard for me. I don't remember. I keep looking for text to come through so he can tell me what I was thinking. I don't remember what the hell it was. Now let me see something here. Oh, Stickman. Yeah, I remember now. Yeah, Stickman. So the guy said to me, I will buy out Stickman and you will be the face of Stickman. I'm like, well, I'm not really a stick. I said, but okay, I understand it. I thought about it for about 2 minutes and I went, no. What do I want to do it for? He said, because you'll make money. You'll do good. You'll be known. Everybody would. And I go, I don't care about all that shit. I don't care. I was like, no, I don't want to do it. Why? Because I do it on my own. I might not make as much money. Okay. But why? I've had freedom in my life for, how old am I? 60, 62, almost 63. 63 January 1st. Say 62 since I was 28, something like that. I've only worked for myself and I've done just fine. So how long is that? What is that? 28 to 62? 34 years. And he was like, yeah, but you can work for me and it'll be great and we'll figure things out. And I was like, nope, not going to do it. It had nothing to do with him. The guy was great. Had nothing to do with him. It just had to do with I didn't want to work for somebody else. Let me see here. My friend 63. Okay, I enjoyed the under the milk. Yeah, something about stigma. Scott, do you indulge in the herb that short-term memory loss makes me think you do? No, I don't. I used to a long time ago, which is maybe why my short-term memory is not that good, because when I was younger, I used to smoke. And once it became legal here, there were some people and they were like, hey, here, try this, try that. They gave me stuff. And I took like one or two puffs and I was just like, I can't even smoke this shit anymore. I don't want to. It didn't do anything for me. It doesn't do anything for me. It doesn't do anything positive. It's just like alcohol for me. If I drink a glass of alcohol, some people, they drink a glass of alcohol and they go, oh, yeah, all right, now I'm on my way. Yeah, it's great. That's not me. I think this stuff makes me feel like shit. Why am I drinking? Same thing with smoking. It doesn't do anything for me. Thank you, Dale, for that. Reminding me about Stickman. How many views did that video get? What video? I don't know which video you're talking about. And selling? Oh, okay. You need to move. You need Ecuador. That will spice up your life and videos. 64, January 22nd. Oh, yeah, I'll just leave my wife behind and I'll take my kids with me. Everything. Oh, yeah, we're just going to go over there. We'll just jaunt on over to the place. No, it's not going to happen like that. That's why it doesn't happen. That's why when you think a place is great, the grass is not always greener on the other side. And I have my doubts about whether the grass is truly greener in Ecuador than it is here. I had a great time when I was there, and I could probably live there by myself, although I think I would be a little bit bored there. But in order to bring my wife and my kids even, first of all, my wife has a job. She doesn't want to give that job up. I don't blame her. She got a great job. She doesn't want to give it up, you know. Oh, under the Milky Way. I don't know. I don't think it got that many because I think I made it private or something. I don't know. It wasn't that. I mean, I look at it. You look at it first and you go, "Oh, that sounds pretty good." Then you go back and you go, "Oh, there's that little off pitch note. Oh, there. Oh, oh." And then I'm like, "Shit, man! There's like 10 places where I screwed up." And then I'm like, "Okay, well, I only did that. I did that like one or two takes. That was it." So I was like, "All right, you know." I never said I was a great singer. I was a long life smoker, and now I don't care much about it. Yeah, I don't. I just don't. It's the hangover I hate. The hangover from what? From weed? Under the Milky Way video. Yes. Um, I know about weed. I don't mess around with coke or heroin or any of that shit anymore. Mushrooms. I don't do any of that shit. Um, and I've done it before. I haven't done heroin, but I've done coke. Many times. I've done, mushrooms. I've done peyote. I've done, you name it. But that was at a different juncture of my life. I don't have any reason to do it now. Oh, it's going to enlighten me. No, I don't think it would. I really don't think it would. I think it would make me feel like shit, and I would be like, eh. Now, here in Thailand, I've talked about this before, but they have kratom. You walk right down the street, they got like 5 places, all within, like a couple arms reach of each other. And you can buy the leaves for 20 baht, 30 baht, 35 baht. You can get them to give you some tea. They'll give you tea, a big 2-liter thing of tea. And it's all right. But, again, okay, so you do it. It's going to make you a person? No, it's not. Oh, an American in Bangkok music video. Woo! Yeah, baby. Let's sing a little rock and roll or Whole Lot of Love by Led Zeppelin. Oh, God. Alex went in the other day. I told him, you better start practicing more. So he starts playing, and he's playing like shit. I'm like, Alex, what are you doing? He's like, I only play a little bit. He's like, I haven't been practicing all that much. He goes, I'll practice like an hour every once in a while. I'm like, dude, you need to practice more. You know, you got to get back at it. Because that's what happens. You're really good. It's just like boxing. It's just like kickboxing. It's just like MMA. It's just like whatever else. And playing the trumpet, playing golf. You're really good, and then you stop. Or you only, you practice for 15 minutes a day. And then the next thing you know, you go, oh, I'm going to need to put in a couple of hours to get myself sharp again. So that's the way it goes. Anyway, what can I say? Now, I don't know the next time I'm going to stream. I may stream on Thanksgiving here. I may stream once. I may stream on Sunday. Then I'll stream on Thanksgiving. I don't know. I really don't know because I'm busy. I've been busy for the last 2 days trying to figure out what is it I can do that will make me happy as far as a trip or a journey or an expedition. I'd really like to do an expedition. I'm like, who the hell would go with me on an expedition? Okay, I can probably find some people. Then I go, okay, what kind of expedition would it be? Oh, your tab just crashed. Wow. You're overdoing it if you get a hangover. I think anytime you overdo anything, you're getting a hangover. And I don't like those hangovers, man. Hangovers, no thank you. No, 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 no. No hangovers for me. Hangovers are a reason why I step away from everything because I don't want to feel the pain anymore. It's hard enough. I wake up early in the morning. I'm like, oh, my legs. Oh, shit. Oh, I got to go pee. That's hard enough in the morning. It's even harder if I wake up. My head hurts. My body hurts. I got the shits. That's bad enough, man. I don't need more. I don't need all that added in. But Dallo may sit at home and puff a bird and have a couple of drinks. That's not me. You guys have probably seen the last time I drank when I had like 1 or 2 shots of tequila. That was like 2 years ago. So it's not going to happen again. Well, or it's going to make you pee a lot. Seriously. Sometimes, hey, I wake up in the morning, I don't pee until 12 o'clock in the afternoon. And sometimes I wake up and it's like every freaking hour, man. I'm like, God damn, why do I got to I got to hit the restroom? What's going on here? And it's probably because I drank way too much water, which I like to do. I like to do that at night so that I'm hydrated. You got to stay hydrated, boys. Even Mr. Billy can tell you that. I don't know where the hell he is. He's probably asleep. That's what he usually does. He doesn't wake up until around noon or 1 o'clock. Stays up until 5 in the morning. Yeah, well, the hydration's always important. So, you know, you got to do what you got to do. Jesus Christ. I can't even. Well, you know what? Well, that's good, Dowlow. Moderation is key. Um, One of the other things that I'm going to do, and I know some people may not like it, some people may like it, is, you may have seen me kicking the bag before. You may have seen me punching the bag before. You may have seen me lifting weights. And I still may do that. I don't know. I know I need to do some things to get myself to where I want to be, to where I can think all I'm doing for the rest of my life is taking expeditions. That's all I want to do. Because I don't really have a lot of things that give me a lot of pleasure. I can watch a TV show. Oh, that was really funny. I can hang out with my kids and we joke around. Oh, that was fun. But like, there's not a lot of things that I do. Oh, I'm going to go bowling. Oh my God. Eh, he's not really. He's settled here, but I think he's going back in January. I think he's going back to the U.S. He wants to be with his dog. Jesus Christ. He wants to be with his dog. His dog has been sick, so I think he wants to spend some time with his little dog. He doesn't really have anybody in his life. He doesn't have many people in his life, so, he came over for the fight, the John Jones fight the other day. That was interesting. That was fun. I don't remember what the hell I was just saying, but um, it seems to me that as people get older, they either get away from the drink and the drugs, or they're just on it. And some people, it's like somebody who smokes a cigarette and they live to be 100. You know, and they die from old age, something like that. 4 Burmese girls. I mean, they're young, but there's 4 Burmese girls, all covered up with sandalwood on their face. So now there are a few foreigners that come into the mall sometimes, but usually I'm out of here by about 1 o'clock. I'm gone. Let me think here. What was it? Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Sunday to Monday, Monday to Tuesday, Tuesday to Wednesday, Wednesday to Thursday, Thursday to Friday. Man, it's a snowstorm. It's Thursday night football game. I don't even watch football, man. Don't even watch football. Don't even know about football. Sometimes once in a great while I watch tennis, and I haven't watched it in years, well, months. But once in a while I watch that. I watch MMA and I watch boxing. That's it. I don't watch baseball. I don't watch basketball. I don't watch football. And after seeing that guy from the Dolphins getting pulled over in his vehicle and talking smack, and then telling the cops that you know they shouldn't have done what they did to him, and all this, he's an idiot. That guy's an idiot. And of course, because he's a multi-million-dollar player, they don't want anything to happen to him, which is even more idiotic. So there you go. If anybody, if any of you has some kind of an adventure, hey, go to Puchifa. Isn't that what it's called? Puchifa? Go up to Puchifa. Go to wherever it is. Go for a hike in this place, whatever it might be. Send me a message. I'll take it into consideration. I'm always looking at things. And sometimes it might just be because I'm like lazy and I don't want to do that. Sometimes it's because I look at it and go, no. Sometimes it's because maybe I think about it and I think for whatever reason the graphic is not going to look too good. And then something just hits me and I go, oh yeah, that's it. Could be what I'm doing, could be what you want to do, or what you see, or whatever it is, what you think. You ever been to Suncoberry? Okay. Been there many times. I hope you've been there. I think I've been there 4 times now, 3 or 4 times. If you have been there, you know what it's like there. It's actually pretty cool for a couple of days. It's a good place. And you can come up with some things to do in the area. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I gotta look. I gotta figure it out. I gotta see what's going on, and I've gotta get everything straight. So, what's snow? I don't know what snow is. You won't be getting me out in the snowshoes. I can tell you that right now. I thought the rafting idea was a good idea. Yes. Um, and in the next month or two, I should have the money to be able to do what I kind of want to do with that. But yeah, it just depends. It depends. I mean, I wanted to do what was it? I wanted to go from where the hell was it? I wanted to take a boat. I wanted to take a boat from some point on the Chao Phraya all the way down to the Gulf of Thailand. Oh God, the closest snow is probably in Myanmar. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. That's not a bad idea. It's um yeah, it's okay. That idea is okay. It's all right. I like that. It's just something to do. Something cool to do, something fun to do. If you fall in, you got to get out. I mean, you don't have a choice. Um, no, that's a good idea. And actually, since you're talking about that, I went back. I have some videos, and I went back and looked, and it was my mother, my sister's kids, my wife, my kids, and we went to these places that were on the map. No comment. And I backtracked and I went to all these places to where we went. And one of the places we went on a longtail boat, and then we went into these canals, and we took the longtail boat into the canal and went into these canals, deep into the canals, and went to this lady's house. She had bought like 3 or 4 houses, and everybody from her company lived in that area. And then they were growing their own fruit, their own vegetables. They were growing everything, the spices. I don't know if she's dead now or if she just closed the cooking school, but that school is no longer in business. There could be crocs, but generally no. And if there are, they are Siamese crocs, which don't tend to attack humans unless they're quite large. But most of the time, you're not going to see that. So I don't really worry about it. I don't worry about it here in Thailand. If I was in Cambodia a little bit, there'd be some places in Cambodia that I would worry about it. If I was in Malaysia for sure, not Malaysia, Myanmar for sure, I would worry about it. The water monitors aren't going to bother me. They don't bother anybody. They want to get away from you. Anyway, and you'd be lucky if they, listen. I don't want to hang out with water monitor lizards. They're nasty. They're nasty. I've been around a lot of them, and there's been some really big ones in Klong Tui. In Klong Tui, there was a lot of them, so had to get away from those. I could fall into the water monitor and would go after me. No, they wouldn't go after you. Unless maybe if they were huge and you weren't moving, then they would probably go after you. But I don't know if you guys remember in Klong Tui, behind that corrugated tin, there was this huge monitor lizard there. It had to be about 7, 8 feet long. It was massive. Somehow they get away. I don't know where they go, but there's all kinds of places. And listen, I go through the market over here. Oh, I know that now, though. No, 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 no chance in hell you're going to catch me in the water there. It's not going to happen. I'm not that stupid. But listen, you go into the market down the street here, Bangkok Market. You go in Bangkok Market, you start walking around, and there are areas where there's not that many people because they're closed for the day. They open up really early in the morning, whatever. You go in there, and it's 2, 3 o'clock. You walk through, you see like 2, 3 rats running around. Then you go to another aisle. Boom, there's another 2 rats running around. And I'm like, oh, God, I've got to get away from these things. They're too much for me, man. I don't like it. You know, saw a cockroach today in our house. I smashed him with a shoe. He was huge. He was like that big. This cockroach. I was like, what the bap? Whacked it. It was dead. Took me like 3 or 4 paper towels to get it all cleaned up. I was like, oh, this thing is nasty. Yeah. So anyway, that's the way it goes. We got to figure out. I need to figure out exactly what I'm going to do, and I will get back to you shortly with it. Let you know. I'm pondering right now. I'm pondering what to do. But anyway, listen. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate it. It's time to get out of here. It's time to get out of here 45 minutes ago. Um, but thank you very much for joining me, everybody. I appreciate it. Thank you for the couple of people who, Gills and Dowlow, for the donations. I appreciate it. And I think that is the end. Is it the end? This is the end. That is all. We are done. Thank you all very much for joining me. Choke me, Lel Juk and my. That's good luck and see you later. I'm Scott. I am an American in Bangkok. Until next time, Choke me, Lel Juk and my. This is the end, my only friend, the end. Yes. Samupakot Market is crawling with rats. The staffholders just ignore them. I know. Well, that's all you can do. And make sure you don't step on them. They're kind of nasty. So, anyway, all right, guys. I will talk to you all later. Smash the like button, and I will see you either Sunday or Thursday, probably Sunday. And after that, it'll be Thursday. And then from there, we're going to figure it out. All right. So I will talk to y'all later. Take care. Choke me and all that good stuff. And be well.